Hey, good morning. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I got my cup of coffee here. Even though it's snowing like crazy out here in Colorado Springs, that didn't stop me. There's some things that are just worth risking your life for, and one of them is some Dutch Bros coffee. No, actually, guys, I grew up, in Washington State. It didn't snow a ton, but it snowed enough to where I got a lot of experience driving in the snow, especially in my teenage years in the 16 through about 21. I had some cars that were pretty fun in the snow. We had when it snowed, I was crazy in the snow. So I did a lot of silly stuff back when I was in that age range. But I literally, I did more crazy stuff in the snow in my car, than most people probably have. And so what that taught me, though, was how to drive in the snow. So it wasn't too bad here getting around a little bit. But if it continues to snow like it was this morning, we're going to be doing some Uber Eats and just kind of sticking to the hotel room. So good morning to all of you. Good morning, Mr. Dave P. Good to have you here as always. Nay and Jonah, good morning. We got Mr. Bernstein, it looks like, is in the house, and John Lopez, good morning. I hope everybody watching is having a fantastic Wednesday. Hey, Mr. Bernstein, is it snowing where you are too? I woke up to a nice pile of snow this morning here in Colorado Springs. But what are we going to talk about today, guys? I feel, not going to lie, a little underprepared with everything that's been going on. The doctor's appointment that we have on our minds tomorrow. Really don't know what to tell you guys about this crazy crypto market and what kind of advice to give you. Let me see here. Eric says probably 4 inches at least and still coming down. Yeah, welcome. Yep, that's what we got going on too. So hopefully we don't end up with a foot or something, but we'll make do. The biggest thing is I just got to make sure that I can get to the doctor's appointment tomorrow. Other than that, I don't have to leave the hotel room for any reason. The place that we're staying at has a nice restaurant right next door. Like literally we can walk there in about 2 minutes. So no matter how bad the weather gets, as long as I can get to the doctor's appointments, we're good. On that note, guys, you didn't come here to listen to me talk about doctor's appointments. You came here to figure out what in the world is going on with these crazy crypto markets. As you can see, I've got CoinGecko pulled up, and man, just overnight, here we are, up 1.7%. Bitcoin is over 92,500. If we go over here to the old BYDFI tab, we can see that it's come down. There was a peak up here where it looks like it was up at almost 90. It was up well over 93,000, and now it's back to 92. It dropped all the way down here. It looks like to 91.7. So definitely still some ups and downs, some volatility going on in the market. What does that mean? Well, guys, as I always tell you, I don't know what's going to happen next, but I am definitely leaning towards some positivity. I kind of said it yesterday and a little bit the day before that if we were going to get dumped all the way down to, 75, 80,000, I kind of feel like it would have happened already. December is one of those months where it kind of goes back and forth. Some years it's good, some years it's bad. Typically, in years after the halving, it can be good, although normally the year after the halving would have been 2024, which we did have a great December in 2024. But I think you would all agree that crypto is, fluid and changing, and that this bull market is definitely different than any bull market that we got going on in the past. We're kind of in new territory, but my heart, my gut, and and a lot of other people who are technical analysis people, I think are really being, really hopeful for the fact that we're going to be sitting on some good gains here in the upcoming months. I think the biggest question is when. I honestly do think that 2026, which would normally be a bear market year for us, if you look back to 2022, if you look back to 2018, both of those years were very bearish. I don't know about the previous. If you go back to the previous having back in like 2012, I'm not real familiar with that cycle and how it went, but I would probably assume that it was similar to the 2016 halving and the 2020 halving. But my best advice, guys, is kind of what we talked about yesterday, is to take a look at the tokens that you are the most excited about and still continue to potentially dollar cost average into some of those. As you can see here, yeah, we've had a little bit of a pump, but like Cardano is still sitting at under 44 cents. It's up, 6.4% for the last week, but still way, way, way below what it was just a handful of months ago. And everything, Chainlink has popped up to $14.42. But to me, that's still an incredible entry. And that is one of the tokens that I'm excited that I got in on a leverage trade on. So we go back here to BYDeFi, and you can see here I've got three trades in play. Yesterday when we were on the stream, 2 of the 3 were in the red and 1 was in the green. Now the 2 newest trades, the ones that we placed last week, are both in the green. And and Chainlink is up 35%, even though we're only using 3x leverage. What's crazy is this Atom trade that we've got the 5x leverage in on is sorry guys, lost my train of thought there for a second. This Atom trade is 40% underwater, but because we did 5x leverage, we're still sitting at 235 right now for the price of Atom, and we've got all the way down to 205. So that's still what, 10%? 10% of 250 is 25 cents. If it went down another 25 cents, we'd be down to about 215. No, 210. Yeah, so we definitely still have some room here on the Atom trade. It would have to drop down a little bit more than 10% in order to get to the point where we were, getting liquidated there. Sorry, guys. Kind of feeling a little weird this morning. I don't know if it's just the altitude here in the area or what, but kind of all of a sudden out of nowhere, just not feeling as great as I would like to be feeling. Let me turn off this heat that's blowing on me. That could be getting too warm. Oh. Sorry about that, guys. Let me run back to the chat. I'm kind of curious. What are you guys thinking about the market? One of the things that I've always said ever since I started this channel is that I'm not the smartest guy that's on here right now. Even with this group of us that is here, I feel like there's probably a couple of people that are more educated and more savvy and probably better equipped to do a YouTube channel like this than even I am. But I've just been the guy that's kind of raised his hand and is willing to get in front of the camera. So having said that, I would love to know a little bit, what do you guys got going on? Are you guys sitting on the sidelines, kind of waiting to see what happens? Are you dollar cost averaging into some tokens? And if you are, what tokens are you dollar cost averaging into? You know, I think I mentioned it yesterday. I bought some Aerodrome recently. I bought a little bit of Atom recently. I bought the Patriot token. What are you guys up to? If you're placing leverage trades, what are you up to? Are you placing 5x leverage, 10x leverage, 25x leverage with some tight stops? Are you doing the laddering a little bit more like along the Varnell trading system where you're putting in some trades and doing some ladders? What do you guys got going on? Speak up and tell us in the chat, please, what you think is a good move. Obviously, guys, no matter what gets said in the chat, that's not financial advice. So take everything that is being said here over the next few minutes with a grain of salt. But I would love to hear from, Eric or Dave P or anybody else that is on the stream this morning. What are you guys up to? What are you getting yourself into? Personally, I think now is a good time to either kind of stay on the sidelines and build up some dry powder, or to be dollar cost averaging into some tokens. I think that a lot of altcoins are great priced. I mean, I don't even think you can go wrong with doing a little Bitcoin purchasing here and there. Bitcoin could potentially get slaughtered and get smashed down further than it already is. But at the same time, I don't think that that is going to be the case. Let's see here. Did I get back over to CoinGecko? Yeah, I got back over here to CoinGecko. Mr. Bernstein says, sitting tight at the moment, trying to get my bearings in this bipolar market. Amen to that. Isn't that so true, Eric? I mean, it's just absolutely crazy if you think about it. If you really, this chart here, if we go back out and we look at the last month, look at the last month here and just, I guess we're talking, if you go for a month, we're looking at all the way back here a month ago, we were way up still over at like 106. But this doesn't look as dramatic on here, but it's kind of crazy how many times we've gone up into the, that was 91, and then we dropped all the way to 82, and then we're all the way back up here to, looks like 86, and then back, and just, it doesn't look as bad. But then we had this drop here, from, we were all the way back up to 91, closing in on 92 here, dropped all the way down. Just a couple of days ago, December 1st, we were all the way down at, 85, and now we're back up over 90. So bipolar is a pretty good way to describe, what has been going on. So holding tight, I think, is probably not a bad idea at all, Eric. Let me see. What do we got here? Mr. Dave P says he's been DCAing into Kite, Peak, Soul, and a few other low caps. Nice. I remember you bringing Kite up a few weeks back. Let's go take a quick peek at Kite. Looks like there's multiple. Which Kite are we looking at here? Let me click on the one that's going up and see if that's the one. Is this 88-cent Kite the one that you have been buying into, Dave? Or was it the one that is down slightly today? This one here that is sitting at 9.8 cents. I think it's this one. If I remember correctly, this reminds me of the price of the Kite that we were talking about not too long ago on the show. Eric says he's been DCAing into Solana weekly with some small buys. I like that. And Dave P did say, yeah, the 9 center. So, guys, this is a token we've been looking at for a few weeks now. And yeah, here it is sitting at about 9.8 cents. You can see here over the last 14 days and 30 days, it is up. It's down a little bit over the last week, but overall for the last 30 days, it's up. Is that 21.9%? Oh my goodness, my eyes. Yeah, 21.9% for the last 30 days, 13% for the last 13 days. And it's probably, it's been a few weeks since we talked about this. So probably, I think when we talked about this, this might have been down at around 7.5 to 8 cents. So at 8 cents, 8.5 cents, it would still be a nice little 15-20% gain over the last few weeks if you had went and bought some kite token. What else we got going on? Yeah, John Lopez, that's a great I like that a lot. DCAing into GRT, VET, and HBAR. I think all three of those are good tokens, and I also think that they are very, very, very much knocked down. In fact, VeChain is the last long that I had in that got liquidated on a 5% leverage trade. Now, granted, I only had $35 into that trade. I just had a few extra dollars laying around in an account. It looks like it's actually come up a little bit. If we look at it, the 7-day range, it was all the way down to 0.012, and it's back and it's bounced all the way up to 0.1343. So that would have been a nice little trade had you jumped into it when it was in the 0.12 range. Still, in my opinion, a fantastic token to be buying for sure. You can see here its all-time high was 28 cents. It's down 96%, 95.2% from its all-time high. And guys, I'm probably just being crazy. I don't want to worry anybody, but man, it's weird. When we've been in Colorado, I'm not going to lie, my diet hasn't been the greatest. We haven't been getting out and exercising the same way that we normally would. And the altitude here I always thought Denver was, the mile high city, at 5,000 feet above sea level. That's why they call it the mile high city. And I never realized here in Colorado Springs, we're actually at like 6,600 feet elevation. And, but man, my chest is a little bit tight on me today. I think part of it too, ever since my father passed away 2.5 years ago from a heart attack, it's one of those things that I probably have more anxiety about than I did before. But, so I don't think I'm going to have a heart attack on you guys, but I just think it's kind of weird. I'm having not really a panic attack either, but I just kind of feel weird, and I'm getting these like little tight twinges in my chest. It's happened before, so it's not something that I'm like overly worried about, but it's just making it hard for me to focus and concentrate on the stream. So I said we were going to kind of have a quick stream today, and I apologize for hopping off on you guys after just, a handful of minutes, and I probably didn't deliver that much value. But guys, I just kind of want to get off of the computer so that I can just relax and I don't have to, be thinking with my brain, and, just kind of relax and hopefully start feeling better. I'm horrible about going to doctors. I know with this kind of stuff, most people would recommend going to a hospital or something and getting checked out. And, if I continue to feel that tightness in my chest, so far, I mean, like my arm, there's no numbness in my arm. I feel like I'm still talking intelligently. I'm not slurring my words or anything, but I just don't feel like wanting to stay on here. So drink lots of water, try some low key walks at the hotel gym. Good idea. So that's probably could be a little bit dehydrated too. That's very much a possibility. But with that, guys, yeah, man, I'm gonna hop off of here for today. I will be in touch very soon. I'm hoping to put a video out, an extra video out. It'll probably be a live stream. I'm looking into doing a live stream, but I'm going to probably turn off the comments. I'm going to figure out how to turn off the comments so that I can just focus on the video that I want to do. And then once the video is done, then I'll probably turn the comments back on afterwards. But basically here out of town, the reason I want to do it this way is normally this is a video that I would record. And then if I might have it edited a little bit and all of that stuff, but being out here in Colorado and the editor that I've been using, him and I are still, good friends, but he moved on to some other stuff. So I don't really have a full-time editor like I did. And long story short, I've been putting this video off for like 2 or 3 weeks, maybe even a month. And so I figure the best way to get it done is to just do a live stream. But once again, I kind of want to do a live stream, but just be totally focused on the video, not going back and forth to the chat and stuff. So I'm probably going to have the chat turned off, but be looking for that in the next day or two. Hopefully I'll get it set up. I'm waiting for my son to create the thumbnail. So you'll get notified if you're a subscriber to the channel and you have the bell notification turned on. You'll get notified as soon as we set it up on StreamYard and schedule it. You'll know when it's going to be. So hopefully we will see each other again this week. I also want to give you guys an update tomorrow after our doctor's appointment. Don't want to make you wait all the way until Monday to find out what is going on with our fertility treatment. So with that, guys, I love you all. God bless you. Sorry for cutting it short, and we will talk again very soon. With that, be blessed. Have a great Wednesday, and talk to you hopefully tomorrow or Friday. Bye-bye for now.